Hello and welcome to our virtual classroom. In today's class, we will discuss few tips to score well in the reading comprehension. The question that pops up in our mind is, why a reading comprehension? Why is it required? Well, a reading comprehension tests the reader's ability to comprehend or understand the meaning being implied by the text and the theme of the passage. Reading comprehension is a part of many competitive exams. So I would suggest carefully note down the tips and practice them for success not only in the board exams but all the other competitive exams that you will take later. Before we move to discuss the tips, let's quickly see the marks distribution for both class 11 and 12. Reading comprehension will be the very first question of your question paper and the first question of reading section. In both class 11 and 12, we will test your reading abilities by two passages. The first passage will be factual, descriptive, or it can be a literary text like a poem or an excerpt from a novel. Both classes 11 and 12 will have 10 marks for passage 1. Passage 2 will be based on a case factual passage which can have data or charts or a newspaper report. In class 11 it carries 8 marks, whereas in class 12 it carries 10 marks. For both the passages, the combined word limit for class 11 is 600 to 750 words, whereas for class 12 it will have 700 to 750 words. The total marks for class 11 is 18, whereas for class 12 it is 20. Unseen comprehension can be a very scoring question, and students can even score full marks if they keep few tips in mind. Let's see and discuss these few tips, and do write in the comment section if you found these tips helpful. Read silently, do not read aloud. Well, this tip is for two reasons. First, when you sit in the examination hall or in your classroom, you cannot read aloud because it will disturb your friends and your classmates. And the second reason is when you read aloud, the reading speed gets reduced, whereas silently reading can enhance your reading speed. So in order to read both the passages quickly, it is advised to silently read the passages. That's simple. Whenever you're reading, not just for your reading comprehension, but any text that you're reading, read the entire sentence and then infer the meaning. Do not try to understand the meaning of a passage or a sentence by breaking the sentence into chunks. It's a common practice that students read the questions before reading the passage. We shouldn't be done. You should always read the entire passage, understand the main idea or the theme of the passage, and then only move to the question. Reading comprehension will be testing the vocabulary of the students as well. So don't panic when you come across a difficult word. There is a solution to it. You probably must be thinking that the solution is a dictionary. No, that's not the solution. The solution is contextual meaning. Now, what does that mean? It is the meaning of a word in the context of its usage. Just read the sentence and try to infer or understand the possible meaning of the difficult word that you have come across. Once you have read the passage, go through the questions and understand the questions well before you go and hunt the answers. If you have read the passage, you will be able to guess the location of the answer. Questions generally appear in a chronological manner, which means the first questions will have the answers in the earlier part of the passage. That's a general trend that is followed for comprehension passage. Questions generally carry 1 mark. So your answer should be short and relevant. There's no point writing long answers for just 1 marks. So let your answers be relevant, to the point, and short. Many students use only phrases for answers. Again, shouldn't be done. Your answers, as I earlier said, should be short, but it should be complete sentences. Never use phrases or incomplete sentences for answers. As much as possible, try to answer in your own words. Many a time it becomes difficult to write the answer in your own words. Then in that case, you have the freedom to use words from the passage. But I would still advise, as far as possible, write the answers in your own words instead of copy from the text. This tip is really important. Keep to the order in which the questions appear in the text paper. Do not jumble up your answers. If you do not know the answer of a particular question, need not worry. Just leave a few lines for that answer instead of jumbling up the question numbers. That will actually confuse the student. When you revise your paper, you will not know which answer you have left. And at the same time, this will be very confusing for the teacher who evaluates your paper. Just a quick revision. Read the passage. Next, infer the main idea. Understand the contextual meaning, and then go on to write the answers. And yes, stick to the sequence that is there in the question paper. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video and these tips will be helpful for you. And if you have any question, any query related to reading comprehension, please do mention it in the comment section.